In a letter seen by Nationwide News, Ed Bartlett and Kamina Johnson-Smith told Justice Lawrence Beswick that they are right to register particular and serious concerns held by their government colleagues. They indicate that they've taken note of a publication on the Integrity Commission's website which confirms the appointment of one Mr. Roneiph Lawrence as Acting Director of Corruption Prosecution.
Hold up, did the government just try to block someone from the Integrity Commission over a university friendship? Because if that's the standard, half of Jamaica wouldn't qualify for public office. By the end of this video, you will see why this might be one of the boldest political chess moves in recent Jamaican history and how it could backfire big time. Alright, let's break it down like a political strategist. The Integrity Commission, a powerful watchdog agency meant to root out corruption, recently appointed Roneiph Lawrence as Acting Director of Corruption Prosecution. Qualified? Check. Legal experience? Check. Red flag? According to the government. Yes, because of his longtime friendship with PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell. Now here's where things get sticky. Kamina Johnson-Smith and Edmund Bartlett, two senior JLP parliamentary leaders, write a letter to the Integrity Commission objecting to Lawrence's appointment because of that friendship. So, no conflict of interest policy breach, no ethical scandal, just vibes and a UE photo album. Who's in the wrong here? The government for objecting or the PNP for defending Lawrence? Let's settle this in the comments. Enter the PNP, and not quietly. They blasted the government in a fiery press release, calling the objection reckless, hypocritical, and without merit. This is a vulgar display of political intimidation by a government more interested in persecution than principle. So basically, the JLP says he's too close to a PNP guy, while conveniently ignoring that current Integrity Commissioner Brian Winter is the son of a former JLP chairman, Hector Winter. But the PNP didn't object to that, did they? Apparently, it is only a problem when your friend went to your wedding, not when your daddy cheered a political party. This isn't just political drama. It's a test of how far partisanship will go to undermine Jamaica's anti-corruption efforts. Keynote and pay attention to that. Me tell you already, it seems like the Integrity Commission is made up of people who are affiliated to and support both political parties. Me no understand what's going on here. Did both parties decide to look, 50% of the appointees to the Integrity Commission will go to the PNP and 50% of the other appointees will go to the JLP. So now them only a squabble over the fact that who gets to control the Director of Corruption Prosecution. And that them really a squabble and a argue over and nothing else. Because that position is a key position in the Integrity Commission, because you have the power to charge and prosecute any politician who break the law. And if this sounds familiar, it's not the first time the government and the Integrity Commission have clashed. There's a deeper recurring power struggle at play here. And it's not just about one man's appointment. We'll come back to that in a second. Should politicians have any say in Integrity Commission appointments? You think the thing get corrupt already? Sound off in the comments. Now let's get into my expert breakdown. Let's zoom out. This story isn't just about Lawrence. It's about the precedent we're setting? Are we saying that friendship without evidence of misconduct is grounds to derail a qualified Jamaican from serving the country? According to the Integrity Commission Act, the Commission operates independently. That independence is supposed to protect against exactly this kind of political interference. Keynote and pay attention to what I just say. But when you get a government more focused on vibes than values, what do you expect? Next thing you know, they'll be asking if your cousin voted PMP before giving you a job. What we are seeing isn't just another squabble. It's a signal that Jamaica's political class is still struggling to separate personal bias from public duty. Because if we keep allowing partisan politics to interfere with national appointments, especially in anti-corruption bodies, then corruption wins by default. Finish this sentence. If you block one man from the Integrity Commission because of friendship, then so what do you think? Was the government right to object, or is this a classic case of JLP turn watchdog into lapdog? Let me know in the comments. Like this video if you believe Jamaica deserves unbiased leadership. Subscribe for weekly breakdowns on Jamaica's wildest political dramas. And hey, share this video before Bartlett writes a letter about you too. Here's a summary of the highlights and the key points. Government objects to Roneiph Lawrence due to PNP friendship. PNP claps back, calling it political intimidation. Double standards. No objection to JLP connected appointee Brian Winter. Integrity Commission's independence questioned. The deeper power struggle beneath the surface.
In a letter seen by Nationwide News, Ed Bartlett and Commissioner Johnson Smith told Justice Lawrence Beswick that they are right to register particular and serious concerns held by their government colleagues. They indicate that they've taken note of a publication on the Integrity Commission's website which confirms the appointment of one Mr. Roneiph Lawrence as Acting Director of Corruption Prosecution. Bartlett and Johnson Smith say they've also taken note of a social media post on January 26 this year by Dr. Dayton Campbell, which is being widely circulated. Dr. Campbell's post contained a photograph of him in the company of Roneiph Lawrence at what appeared to be Lawrence's wedding.
This type of political interference from the government sit well with me, because according to the Integrity Commission Act, the commission operates independently, which means that independence is supposed to protect against exactly this kind of political interference. The first interference was the JLP jump to the defense of Keisha Prince Kamika, one if she was unlawfully pushed out or forced out by the Integrity Commission because her contract wasn't renewed, and them say it was based on the fact say she never charged the Prime Minister the 2 times what she did for charge him. Now the second time we see them interfere in the business of the Integrity Commission is the fact that them appoint out say Roneiph Lawrence and Dayton Campbell are brethren. Where the hiring or appointments to the Integrity Commission has to do with the government. Me no want to see the PNP nor the JLP interfere with the Integrity Commission. More importantly, this is my opinion. I don't think no one will work at the Integrity Commission if we want it to be truly independent and outside the realm of political interference or influence. Nobody will work. They're not supposed to have no political ties to the JLP or to the PNP. Problem solved. Thank me later. It is that simple.
Bartlett and Johnson Smith note that Dr. Campbell provided context for the photograph. In his description of Lawrence as his friend of over 20 years, dating back to their time at university on Chancellor Hall. They say that Justice Lawrence Beswick would be aware that Dr. Campbell is General Secretary of the PNP, which, at the risk of stating the obvious, is the JLP administration's main political adversary. Both Bartlett and Johnson-Smith say it's a matter of public record that in late 2024, Dr. Campbell used a political platform to make particular comments about a case which it subsequently came to public attention was being considered for investigation by the Integrity Commission. Bartlett and Johnson-Smith tell Justice Lawrence Beswick that they do not for a moment question the professional qualifications of Roneiph Lawrence. They say also that neither they nor their government parliamentary colleagues are questioning any individual's constitutional right of association, nor do they seek to interfere in the operations of the Integrity Commission. However, they tell Justice Lawrence Beswick that as an eminent retired jurist, she would well appreciate the fact that justice should not only be done, but should be seen to be manifestly and demonstrably done, and that with respect to the Integrity Commission, the bar would undoubtedly be even higher.
The way how the government is applying pressure to Justice Beswick, it come off very sus. Yeah, something suspicious about it. Because me never see them apply that the pressure there to Pantan. You get what me I say? More importantly, Pantan did write to the Speaker of the House, Juliet Holness, about Warmington behavior, Zine and the things them were Warmington did I say. And Pantan did say at one point in several news articles that up to now, he has not gotten a reply or response from the Speaker of the House, Juliet Holness. So, as me say, the appointments seem very politically affiliated, and that don't sit well with me. That make the Integrity Commission look like say it was only made fi act like it is about maintaining checks and balances with public officials, and if any one of them step out of line, they will get charged, and if they get arrested, they will get arrested. But that doesn't seem to be the case. As me say, at this point, I could be wrong, but the Integrity Commission come like a control opposition for the PNP and the JLP. I tie them with the people, them emotions, and I insult Jamaican people intelligence. You will never live to see the Integrity Commission charge nobody at this point, because the government and the opposition basically expose, say, Integrity Commission appointments seems to be strongly politically affiliated. But that's just my opinion. Tell me full opinion in the comments.
Bartlett and Johnson-Smith tell Justice Lawrence Beswick that prior to her appointment as Integrity Commission Chairman, there were utterances by certain members of the executive leadership of the Commission which raised questions in the public domain about fairness and the appearance of bias at the institution. They say that should not be ignored. Bartlett and Johnson-Smith say that given his 20-year friendship with the PNP General Secretary, any decision taken by Roneiph Lawrence concerning members of the political fraternity will certainly be open to question. They say it's regrettable and unfortunate to have to register on behalf of their government parliamentary colleagues their serious concern about Roneiph Lawrence's appointment as acting director of corruption prosecution at the Integrity Commission and his possible permanent appointment. George Davis for Nationwide News.
I don't know if you notice, but both political parties just expose themselves. What if the Integrity Commission is made up of both PNP and JLP affiliated appointments? What if everybody will work at the Integrity Commission is there to protect their political parties? So if you are the director of corruption prosecution, you are there to ensure say your party or anybody from your party where you're affiliated to don't get charged You see what me I say? If you are the chair for the Integrity Commission, you are also there to look out for your political parties, or if you're affiliated to any political parties, you're there to ensure that you block any charge we might go against someone from your political party. What if the government actually a tie with the Jamaican people with the Integrity Commission? It is just one big act and one big scam. What if really that a go on? That is something where you have to actually think about. It is not as far-fetched as it might sound. Cause I know we not see them charge nobody, you know. The one somebody who should actually get charged and do something to get charged, him never get charged, which is the Prime Minister. And if you can charge the Prime Minister, you actually set a high bar of accountability, political accountability, where if you can charge the Prime Minister, anybody else can get it. No politician is safe from the Integrity Commission. But apparently, that was never the aim or the job of the Integrity Commission. What if the Integrity Commission just did it to act like they're about holding politicians to a high standard of accountability, but it is just a act, it is just a show. Just think about that for a second.